On Saturday, President Donald Trump commented that the Department of Justice's recent case against Kilmar Abrego Garcia should be straightforward for prosecutors. Abrego Garcia, who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador earlier this year during Trump's immigration crackdown, is set to return to the United States to face smuggling charges related to a 2022 traffic stop in Tennessee. When asked about the administration's decision to bring him back, Trump attributed the decision entirely to the Department of Justice. "The Department of Justice decided to do it that way, and that's fine," Trump said in a phone call with NBC News, adding, "That wasn't my decision." However, he expressed confidence in the case, stating, "It should be a very easy case." The unsealed indictment accuses Abrego Garcia of unlawfully transporting undocumented immigrants and being involved in a related conspiracy. According to court documents, prosecutors allege that he made over 100 trips between Texas and other parts of the United States over several years to transport illegal immigrants for money. Attorney General Pam Bondi expressed satisfaction with the case on Friday. "Our government presented El Salvador with an arrest warrant, and they agreed to return him to our country," she announced during a news conference. The grand jury found that over the past 9 years, Abrego Garcia has played a significant role in an alien smuggling ring. Bondi further noted that it was determined to be his full-time occupation, emphasizing his involvement in smuggling humans, including children and women. The Department of Justice chief also mentioned that once the trial concludes, Abrego Garcia will be deported back to El Salvador. His return follows months of legal battles by the White House against court rulings that ordered his return, including one from the Supreme Court. Both Trump and Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele opposed the order, arguing that Abrego Garcia, who had been living in Maryland under a protective order, was linked to MS-13 gang activity. Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, who faced criticism earlier this year for meeting with Abrego Garcia in El Salvador, described his return as a triumph for due process, despite the charges. "This is a victory for due process. It's a victory for the Constitution. It should not have taken this long," he said in an MSNBC interview on Friday. The Trump administration dragged its feet for a very long time and ignored a unanimous order from the Supreme Court. But it's important that Abrego Garcia now come home and have his due process rights upheld in a court of law. President Trump responded to Van Hollen's remarks by calling him a loser. He stated, "He's a loser, the guy's a loser, they're going to lose because of that same thing, that's not what people want to hear." Trump criticized Van Hollen for defending someone with a troubling record of abuse, particularly against women. "No, he's a total loser, this guy," Trump added.